Hey everyone, Udoka here. In this week's video, I want to be talking to you about New Year's resolutions. Now obviously it's a little bit late to start making a video about resolutions. However, the whole point I want to get across is that you don't need to start your resolutions on the 1st of January as everyone does and says and then gives up 2 weeks later. The whole point of a resolution is to better yourself. If you don't know a resolution yet, or you want to try and wait till you start that resolution instead of rushing into it like everyone tells you to, then that's okay. In this video, I want to show you guys some of my resolutions, some techniques I'll be doing to help me keep those resolutions, and just kind of talking about that. I've also organized all my ideas in Notion, so you can also copy the template which I've linked in the description, because it's always better to write down your resolutions. Now speaking of that, this video was kindly sponsored by Goodwall. You may be wondering, what is Goodwall? Goodwall is a community app that levels the playing field for young people. It's like social media but for students and professionals. You can download the app. It has over 1.6 million users. Goodwall hosts regular challenges to empower and inspire individuals to reach their full potential, as well as having a chance to win prizes ranging from cash to scholarships and executive opportunities. Right now, the main challenge, which relates nicely to the video, is the resolution challenge. So the point of this challenge, which I've participated in myself, is to share your resolution to kind of be held accountable for it. By participating in this challenge, you can make sure that you're actually going to do your resolution, as well as having the chance to win $100. Now we can move into the app and see the different things. So here we have the home page, and you can see the resolution challenge, where it features many people reading out their resolutions, including myself right here. You can also see my profile and share different things like achievements and put a video of yourself, as well as some work experience and skills that you've maybe gained over doing certain things. For example, my biggest achievement was obviously probably this YouTube channel. For me, some of the features that I love about this app is the groups that you have. For example, I'm part of the Goodwall technology group, where I just ask about some good places to find about advancements in technology. And instantly I get a lot of answers. There's not only groups about technology, but other things like jobs and universities, things you might be interested in yourself. So check the app out in the description below. It's completely free. You don't have to pay any money to enter into any competitions or anything like that. Follow my account as well, because I will be active on Goodwall. Let's get back to the video. So let's dive into Notion and check out this template that I didn't actually make. I got this template from Unjaded J's channel, so I'll leave a link to the template in the description, as well as her video if you want to check it out. However, I filled it in and kind of want to talk about my opinions and stuff like that. So this template is quite nice because it's not only just a New Year's resolution and goals, but it's also a reflections template on the last year. The first thing I like about it is the fact that you can split your resolutions into lots of different subcategories, so you can focus on individual resolutions or look overall in where your most amount of goals are. So the first thing I want to talk about is fitness and health. I put exercise 2 times per week at least. Although I'm a very active guy, especially due to lockdown and these new restrictions, I noticed that I'm not doing as much exercise as I used to. Before, I used to be able to go down to a local athletics club, but now that isn't really possible. It means I'm not exercising as regularly, as well as the fact that I have a YouTube channel, I have online school, I have lots of other stuff and personal projects that I also need to do. But I know I can find time to do it, and I know that you can most likely find time to do it, which is why I put it on the list. On that same vein, I've also put try go for walks again. Before, I used to go on a lot of walks. Every day I used to walk about 5 kilometers, which is quite a lot, sometimes even walking like 8 kilometers. And I really enjoyed that time, and I feel like I want to start doing that again. So moving into a big category, which is the category that I have the most resolutions in, which is skills. I always want to learn new skills, because skills are so important. Like, skills are something that you kind of keep for life. There's so many skills that I've learned in the past and I'm still using them today, which is why I'm always trying to learn new skills or develop skills that I already have further. So for example, learn to type 100 words per minute consistently. Now, right now my typing speed is at about 60 to 70 words per minute consistently, which is quite good and is well above average. However, I always want to go into that double figures, and it would be really nice to do so. Typing that fast is not only a flex in my friend group and the kind of people I hang around with, but it's also a flex in the fact that it's really useful for now when I'm doing online school or doing some sort of business related to YouTube, where I'm typing a lot, such as scripts and plans for videos, etc. So learning to type 100 words per minute is good for myself, as well as just a good overall skill to have in life that I think everyone should as well. I think people should learn to touch type. I think people should learn to type faster, especially because in the modern age, people are typing like 8 hours plus per day. I know I'm probably typing more on my keyboard than I actually sleep, which is either saying that I'm typing a lot or not sleeping a lot. So yeah, the next skill is something that's not very beneficial for life, but just kind of something I want to do, and it's get better at pen spinning. So I talked about this in an earlier video, but obviously I can thumb around quite easily now. So I have a pen here. You can see I can do that really easily. It's not too hard. I can also do this right here. I don't know if that looks cool on camera, but it's called a charge. So I can do those 2 tricks. However I want to get better, you know, it would be fun to, you know, bust out the pen in class and start doing all these fancy stuff. Obviously it's still pretty cool when I do this and things like that, and people do like it. However, I'd like to do more cool tricks, little things like that. Maybe a good conversation starter to have with someone. Like I know that sounds like maybe I'm deep in it too much, but if I see someone doing like a cool pen trick or something like that, I'll be like, yo, oh, that's a cool pen trick. How do you do that? And it would open up conversations and things like that. So it would be cool to have that skill. Another thing on a similar vein, just get better at yo-yoing. I was watching this video about yo-yoing and I bought a yo-yo. 4th skill that I want to learn this year is very important, and that's learn to use Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, I've been a long time Mac user, so I obviously use Final Cut Pro to edit my videos. However, I do want to build my own PC and switch over to Windows. I'm not going to get rid of my Mac. I'm still going to have my MacBook because it's nice to have something light to travel with. I'm able, you know, I'm lucky enough in a position that I'm able to kind of afford getting a new PC when parts restock. So I want to learn to use Premiere Pro. I think it will be good for the channel in the fact that Premiere Pro is really powerful and integrates well with Photoshop and After Effects, so I can further improve the quality of these videos, and learning to use Premiere Pro would, you know, really help with that. So the next section is learning. These are just kind of things that, you know, I want to try and pick up more and do more of this year. So I've got 3 things, which is read more. I don't read enough. I don't know why. I used to read a lot, like I think it was the year before last year, so 2018, 2019, I read like, I must have read like 80 books or something like that, which is insane. Like, that's not a lot of books, and I was really proud. I was reading a lot, but nowadays I'm not reading that much. In 2020, I didn't read as many books as I'd like to. However, this year, I'm gonna try and read at least 1 or 2 books a month. So I put 50 pages, but I kind of said 1 to 2 books a month, which is a good start. I don't want to jump into the deep end. I think as I pick up, I can start increasing that number and reading more books. Last thing on learning I put is get better at Python. I feel like that's not only beneficial for life because that will open up doors to, you know, learning other coding languages, but also beneficial to my GCSEs. Even though we're not doing them anymore, we'll probably end up doing some sort of other testing exams. So it's good if I learn Python, as that's quite helpful towards pseudocode. Now for YouTube, a big section that, you know, Jade had it. You can remove that section obviously if you don't have a YouTube channel. But for me, I want to make a Skillshare class on Skillshare, which is, you know, related to my YouTube channel. Maybe 2. I've always loved Skillshare, and I've always wanted to make my own class on there, and I'm getting a lot of requests for certain things, so I want to try and make that this year. I have a friend who's made a couple classes on Skillshare, and he really likes it and really enjoys it, so I want to try and move on to that medium and branch out in what I'm doing with the channel. So the next thing is post 72 videos this year. This is a really big goal, and this is a goal that I probably shouldn't have put on there, but I'm gonna put it on there anyway, because I want to try and make this channel have, you know, 100 videos by the end of 2021, because I think it would just be nice to have triple digits number of videos this year, and I think it would help increase the growth of the channel. Obviously that's gonna be hard, especially because I post once a week, but I might have to post more than once a week from now on. Again, that moves on to the second bit, which is post at least once a week, maybe twice. Yeah, I'll try. I'm trying. Obviously it hasn't been the best start to the year, but you know, we live and we learn. So here in the personal part of my goals, I put try feel better this year, wake up before 8 every day, and be more purposeful with my time. All these tasks kind of go hand in hand with each other. So waking up every day before 8, I feel like last year I did a pretty good job at that. Not like last year I was getting up at like 10 or something, but I just want to continue that throughout this year and just continue waking up early. I could have put something like 6, but you know, I have weekends and things like that. Before 8 every day, which includes weekends and holidays and things like that. And that goes hand in hand with be more purposeful with my time. I noticed last year I was kind of like, I wasn't, you know, being reasonable enough for a time. Obviously, as you get older, you become more purposeful with time. I feel like I was a lot younger last year, which sounds a bit weird, but you know, if I'm more purposeful with my time, it gives me more time to put into videos, put into editing, things like that. So I put that on there. It's a pretty vague goal, which you really shouldn't do. You should be more like specific with your goal, which is why I put, you know, wake up at 8, because that will directly contribute to be more purposeful with my time if I have more time in the day. That's the main thing you have to do with these New Year's resolutions, is be as specific as possible. Like me, I've said post 72. I haven't said post. I could have easily wrote post more videos, but that's something really vague, which isn't something good to write down, because then you're less likely to do it. You need to be like really specific with that, so you're actually more likely to do it. And by even putting a quantitative number to it, it means that you have a goal to reach towards and you know how you're going to get there. So there's another section on here which is personal projects. I don't really have many kind of things that go in the personal projects section, so I've left that empty, but you can put whatever you want. And then last thing there is on the academic section, which is finish my Anki cards. Now, I have a lot of Anki cards and I don't want to release them yet until they're finished, and I would love to finish them. However, I don't know if I will, obviously due to exams. We don't know what's really going to happen with that whole situation, but I've still got that on there because I'd love to finish my Anki cards even for students next year who are doing their exams, so I can release them for you guys. But yeah, so here moves on to a section that I think everyone should be doing, which is 2020 reflections. So this is something you should look back upon, and you know, this really makes you think about moments that you enjoyed in 2020, moments that you're proud of. By reflecting on that and reflecting on 2020, you can see your mistakes and see what you need to improve on. And I feel like everyone could use a bit of that right now. So for example, what am I most proud of? Well, I'm most proud of my YouTube channel this year. I'm kind of just doing well in exams overall. A lot of these things will recur around the theme of my YouTube channel, because I've been very lucky this year with the channel actually, and I'm really proud of that. But there's other things like what challenged me the most. School, although I did do well in exams, school is still quite challenging, especially now it being online, and in 2020 for a lot of that year it being online. And also trying to kind of stay relaxed in quarantine. Although quarantine is, you know, how it is, you have to stay relaxed and kind of stay mentally sane in that state when you're not seeing anyone. And now, as I'm saying this, we're back in quarantine again. By the end of 2021 or even 2022, things will be back to normal, I hope so, I don't know. A section here, what did I learn about myself in 2020? Now, it's pretty short, but I wrote, things are easier if you try. This is kind of a really basic answer to this. However, with this YouTube channel, I didn't think it would go anywhere. I made a video on the 6th of June, 7th of June, something like that. I posted it and I just tried it. I didn't have a camera, I didn't have lighting, I didn't even have a tripod. I just went for it. I just tried it. I just tried to post something and get myself out there, because I knew if I did that, then it would force me to keep going with this thing. And look where it is now. It's panned out really nicely, and this has taught me if you just give it a go and give it a try, it might work out for you. And now we move on to a different section, which is 2021 growth. So what you want to, kind of do in 21, how you want to see yourself in the next year. In this section, what does this year mean to you? I wrote, a year I want to build upon what I managed to achieve last year. So I think the second half of last year was a pretty good year for me, and I want to build upon that and do more with this year, as Casey Neistat would say. I want this year to be something that I can recall a lot more easily. I said, so something that, I'm not struggling to recall, because I can't remember what happened in the beginning of 2020. I want it to be able, in 2021, I want to be able to think back to January, or maybe even look at a video in January and recall how I was feeling at the time and recall what it was like at the time. Actionable stuff I might be able to do to achieve that would be like writing a line about my day, things like that. Here, a pretty good section, what are you looking forward to? So I'm really looking forward to 6th form. Now in September, I should be going to 6th form, or I will be going to 6th form, and I'm really excited for that. Although it's not the biggest deal, it's still pretty nerve-wracking interviewing for 6th form, but I'm also really looking forward to, I'm looking forward to, moving on to that next chapter in my life. And I'm really excited. Although I might regret saying this, but I want to, move on. I want to grow with my life and do my A-levels. I'm excited for that, and including that is the future of this channel. So growing this channel, I want that to be something great this year. I'm excited to look back in January, see where I was at, see how many views I had, see how many subscribers, see things like that, and then at the end of 2021, see what I managed to achieve with that. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. So there are a lot of other questions in 2021 growth section. I'll let you guys answer them yourselves. But this final section here, this year I'll open myself up to, I say I want to learn more about storytelling. So with this channel, there's a lot of stuff that I've done. I've gotten a bit more equipment now. I've gotten editing software and things like that. But I always want to improve my storytelling. And storytelling, I feel like, is an ability you can learn, and if you do know how to use it well, it can make your videos so much better, and it can make your life so much more interesting if you're able to, you know, convey your stories and emotions to your audience or to people who are listening to you. And that's something I want to get better at. In the next section, I put trying out new experiences such as online classes that are not compulsory. So I'll say yes to that, because the other day I came across a class about, you know, particle physics, which was like an online kind of thing that I saw on someone's YouTube channel that I was following, and I found that super interesting, and I want to get into doing more stuff like that. It would be really cool to be able to, you know, go on and like not learn something that's quite compulsory to my GCSE course or my schoolwork or whatever, and just kind of go into that. So I would love to do that kind of thing more. As you've seen, I've rambled on enough about this Notion page, but like I said, it's linked in the description if you want to do your own. But the thing with New Year's resolutions that I'm trying to get across is that you need to be quite level-headed with this kind of stuff. You want to be quite gritty and resilient. A New Year's resolution shouldn't be something that lasts 1 year. It should be something that you carry on throughout your life if it's a good resolution. You should look at this like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like I said, I could have posted this video on like the 1st of January, but it doesn't have to be a marathon. Your aim isn't to make this resolution last till January. Your aim is to make this resolution hopefully last a lifetime, if that's what you want. This is why you have to be resilient and have grit when it comes to resolutions. And one way of doing that is writing them down in things like Notion, or maybe even writing them on a piece of paper. You don't have to use Notion. It's good to have a place where your resolutions are, when you can refer back to and, you know, see how you're doing and see your progression in that. If you are feeling really motivated right now in January, that's good. Use that motivation, use that kind of burst of energy. Look at this like the beginning of a Mario Kart race. You know, you're holding down boost and you're trying to get ahead of everyone else. That is what you should be doing. You should be using what you can, using that boost right now to try and push you. Obviously, that's not going to last the whole year or however long this resolution will last for. However, it's a good foundation to start off on. Thank you guys for watching this little video about resolutions. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to check out any other videos on my channel. Don't forget to check out Jade's video about this, as I love the template and that's why I'm featuring in this video. Don't forget to subscribe and have a productive week.